webinar delivered by Matt and the introduction to the course. In this video, we're just going to be now looking at more specific into the introduction. It's Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is an industry-leading video editing software. It is non-linear based, or in short, NLE, which means that you can place and replace and move footage around anywhere you like on the timeline. You can begin projects at the end, the middle, or the beginning in any particular order, and you can make changes to any part of the video as you see fit. You don't have to be restricted to beginning a project from the beginning and middle and working to the end. It's easy to use, and you can move clips around and add effects and multiple clips to a timeline in any order by a simple click and drag of the mouse. So what are the advantages of Premiere Pro? Premiere Pro is not only just a video editing software, it also contains features and tools for editing audio, color correction, keyframing animation, and creative titling, including animated titles as well. There is a wide range of support for industry and consumer-led video codecs, and ideal for when you've finished a project, encoding media for output for DVD or maybe online as well. Premiere Pro supports both tape and various digital formats as well, again for broadcast and consumer level video production. So here's a couple of examples of some work that I've produced in Premiere Pro. This video here is Museum of the Moon, created for Imagineer Productions. It's a more simple edit at the moment, just a couple of shots, some tracking shots and some pan down shots that you can see here, just placed on the timeline, and a few transitions. The original video had some music over it as well, and there was a couple of transitions just placed in on at the end. So it's a very short little 1 minute video, and it went out online for social media and to advertise the moon being displayed in the space here. Here we have a video for the Belgrade Theatre. The end product was a social media video showing the year of the theatre and its activities all into a little 2 minute video. It was originally edited as a kind of montage piece to a music track and a voiceover as well, so hence the pace. There is also some keyframe effects going on some stills and video, color correction, and most importantly here there is a bit of subtitling going on using some of the title tools that we find. As it was going out online, it was important just to show an exciting video, but also to engage with as many users as possible, so to include subtitles as well. Another video here is for a company called Highly Sprung. They're a physical theatre company, and they have an outdoor production of a piece called Urban Astronaut here. Again, created some titles, and this video just shows the highlights of the kind of show that this is, and the issues that it raises to young audiences when they come to see it. The original video had a music and a narration of it as well, and intercut between some of the shots there is animated titles going on here. It's quite effects heavy and a lot of color correction going on to kind of stylize the video, and most importantly it's edited to try and show a condensed version of the narration of the piece as well, with the arrival of the astronaut and his interaction with the young girl that's featured in the video as well. Its output again was for social media and to help promote the show to promoters and people that wanted to book the show for their events. It's important to show a brief example of what the show is all about and how engaging and exciting it is for audiences and what they can expect. So what next? This week we'll be looking at opening and setting up a project in Premiere Pro, looking at the user interface in Premiere Pro and some of its features, exploring the different workspaces we find in Premiere Pro when working on different tasks, and we'll be looking at an introduction to copyright when working with video production. So we'll see you in the next few tutorials. Hello everyone, welcome back. And in this tutorial we're going to be looking at starting up Premiere Pro and looking at the user interface. To begin, this is the contents folder that you should have downloaded from the website. So to begin, let's click on the icon to launch Premiere Pro. And we're greeted with the user interface. It is set up in 4 primary panels. The first to begin with is the project panel here. This contains our assets such as video, audio, photographs, motion graphic assets, and anything else that you need for your edits. The next panel to look at is the source panel here. This is used to review clips of your footage before you place them into your edit or onto the timeline. So for example, I'm just going to drop this universal counter on here. Just drop it there, and we can just play back. And we can see our footage there. There are some corresponding tools that help you review your footage before placing onto the timeline, which we'll look at these in a bit more in depth. Behind the source panel here, we have effects controls, audio clip mixer, and metadata. And again, we'll look at these in a bit more in depth in later tutorials. The next panel to make note of is our program interface, also known as our master panel. This, as we assemble our edits together, previews what our edits will look like. And again, there is a series of tools which are similar to what we find in the source panel, and we can control playback and making in-points and out-points and markers and so forth onto our main program. The next panel here is our timeline. Very important panel here. This is where we assemble our edits together on multiple track layers. So if I take this clip just down here and place it onto our timeline, now we can see we've placed the clip onto the timeline, and if we press play on our program panel here, we can now see that whatever plays on the timeline corresponds with our program panel. To make note of some other panels here in the interface, we have our tools, which we'll go into again in later tutorials, a bit more in depth, and these tools we'll use on our timeline to make our edits. Also, if you're working with video and audio, here we have an audio meter. This measures how loud or how quiet our audio is playing in our video clips. And also down here we have, back into our project panel, we have a series of tabs which can be our media browser, which connects to our computer if we're searching for files on the computer. Our libraries, if you're connected to Adobe Cloud, you can download from the Creative Cloud additional assets such as photos and stock files. We have an info panel which details information about various clips, effects panel which displays color presets for color correction. We have audio effects, audio transitions, video effects, and video transitions, which displayed out in lists. Markers, if we place markers on our timeline, we have information about the markers, and we have a history panel. One other thing to make note about with working with Premiere Pro is to make sure you regularly save your work on a regular basis. To do that, we can go up to File, and we can just click Save. Premiere Pro has a number of save options. We have Save, Save As a copy if we want to make a duplicate of our project file as a different name, and we have Save All, which is ideal if you've got multiple projects open at the same time, and clicking Save All saves everything. Another feature in Premiere Pro is the autosave option. Premiere Pro will save work on a regular basis as automatically, but we can change that using our Premiere Pro, clicking up here where it says Premiere Pro, and go to the Premiere Pro Preferences panel. We have a submenu here, and I'm just going to go down to autosave. Brings up this dialog box for our preferences, and we can see at the moment that automatically saved projects is ticked on, and automatically saved is every 20 minutes. We're going to change that down to 15, just type in 15 there, click OK, and Premiere Pro will now save your work every 15 minutes. But it's always ideal to go back and save your work manually, just in case. So In the next video, we'll be looking at the workspaces into Premiere Pro, which are displayed up here, and we're going to in a bit more in depth.